Hi, I'm Anna Flood and I teach Spanish. I have one level that is a high school credit class, they're eighth graders. So this lesson is kind of like the beginning of Spanish 2. It's the last lesson that we do in level 1 or that I do with my students. So we try to do this around the end of April, beginning of May. Um, and I really enjoy this. This lesson actually is one of my favorites because it really allows the students to be about themselves. So with this lesson, what I thought about doing for personalization is just expand it a little bit more with their options. So once we go through and I have not put this on Canvas because I haven't used it on Canvas yet, but I will since I've been using Canvas all year. First of all, they see the standards, like the things that they will be able to do at the end. We begin by doing an activity where everybody talks about their daily routines, what times they wake up, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you eat breakfast. Because these verbs in Spanish, are essential to know and to use. We use them all the time and they're called reflexives. That means that the action that the verb is doing is reflected on somebody. So there's a little bit of a different piece that they have to understand to put in front of that verb. So the conjugation is actually like harder than what they used to at this point. Um, so you can see on these standards, they will talk about their daily routines first, okay? Then we'll talk about the vocabulary and kind of like match it. Um, then they will just talk about like their activities, okay? And then I want to, and I will show them different daily routines from people from Argentina and Chile because I always try to put that culture piece in there. Um, so they'll be able to see how those kids, how their daily routine when going to school is compared to what we have here in the United States. um, you can see like the assignment, or I'm sorry, the assessments. There's like formal assessments, and then this one I love because we can do a lot of TPR, like me siento en la silla, me levanto en la mañana, me cepillo los dientes. My whole point with this lesson will be, or my change, my personalization to it will actually, and I never done this, but I want to make stations in the classroom for this activity because I know that some of the kids will be like super, like it will be super easy for them to actually understand the concepts, and for some others will be harder to be able to put this new vocabulary into action. So let me move through the lesson because 5 minutes is not really enough time. Um, but you can see how I have like warm ups where there's going to be a relay race, so everybody gets up and moving. That will be really fun. They love doing that kind of activity. They will, with a partner, they'll have to kind of like play the game with the vocabulary list where they can only like explain it, only use in Spanish words. They will not be allowed to make gestures or anything like that. So some of the kids are more like dramatic and artistic. They can, kind of like use their vocabulary and try to contain themselves into being so dramatic and trying to do all the motions of what they're doing. Me peino el pelo, like they can't do that. They'll only be like, uso un peine para arreglarme el pelo, because they can't really do the verb, right? We will have like multiple activities that are the regular ones that I do, but I do want to move on to like my kind of like adaptation for this part of the lesson, where this is where my stations will come in. Okay. And this is, and I'm gonna love this, I hope, because kids that not only like gifted or maybe that have special needs, they will have other options, right, to express, to show their product at the end, their learning. Okay. So I have, oops, sorry. I have right here like adivina la palabra. So guess the word. Okay. So there will be a station or two where it's guess the word. So students can move over there if that's how they want to practice and show their learning. I also want to play Pictionario, which, everybody knows how to play Pictionary. So and that's for more the kids that like to do drawing and things like that. So my stations will be there. There will be other stations where the kids can have the picture. That's my what I want to do. Like have a picture and then have maybe something written where they have to put those pictures together to make the sentence. So it will be more hands-on activity. So in the beginning of the school year, and I did that this year because of Canvas, I did a survey and see how kids want to learn, and I kind of have it all figured out and who pairs better with who. um, so I'm just really excited about this lesson, and I hope that my students do too, with all the different things that you can do because we have Canvas now. Some kids will just have a station where they will be, doing an activity, moving things around on a PowerPoint and putting them together. So there will be something for every child in my class, and hopefully they will see how easy it is to learn, if they're owning their own learning. So that's the whole point of me trying to come up with all these different things for their lesson. So I hope that this works out when I do it. Thank you. Gracias. Adios.